Hey, I'm Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group, and I'm Josh. I'm also an addict. I will be sharing my experience, strength, and hope with all of you as I read through the day. So today is July 16th, and this is Daily Reflections. A measure of humility. In every case, pain had been the price of admission into a new life, but this admission price had purchased more than we expected. It brought a measure of humility, which we soon discovered to be a healer of pain. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 75. It was painful to give up trying to control my life, even though success eluded me when life got too rough. I drank to escape. Accepting life on life's terms will be mastered through the humility I experience when I turn my will and life over to the care of God as I understand Him. With my life in God's care, fear, uncertainty, and anger are no longer my response to those portions of life that I would rather not have happen to me. The pain of living through these times will be healed by the knowledge that I've received the spiritual strength to survive. In terms of my personal experience, strength, and hope, I really needed humility right out the gate. So it's interesting, like you can fire sponsors, and I fired a ton of sponsors. Or you don't fire them, like you just like, this isn't working out, I'm leaving. I don't want to have this kind of relationship. You can still text me and stuff, but I don't want to go through the big book or NA or like 12 steps or anything. Like, I'm done. So I just think about that. I was like, and then I finally found two really good sponsors, and one I had grown and I felt like I had learned enough from him that it was time for me to evolve and get a new one, and that's what I ended up doing. I guess kind of my experience is that it's okay to get a temporary sponsor until you find somebody that's like really like meshes and is good for you and you have a connection with. So I would recommend, if you're new, just raising your hand like I did and just say, hi, I'm Josh, I'm an addict, and I'd really love a temporary sponsor and to get plugged into a network, into the network. Undoubtedly, there'll be people who come up to you, who give you their number, and they'll either temporarily sponsor you or they'll know people within their network who would temporarily sponsor you. In terms of my strength, my ego has been put in check, so that was one of the good things. And then I also have been able to, like my sponsor says, living life on life's terms, but we call it like wear life like a loose garment. So I just kind of, I don't try and control things as much anymore. I mean, I'm still a type A and detail oriented, don't get me wrong. Like, that is like certain things I like I make my bed every morning, like I lay out my clothes the night before, like I don't know, stuff like that. But in terms of how I practice the principles and go out, I'm always the same. So, and then my hope is pretty straightforward. My hope for you and for myself and for everyone else in the program or people that are coming into the program, my hope is that you stay clean and you understand that it's just one day at a time. That's all it is. Like, we get up and we have the same 24 hours. So subscribe to the channel, like the videos, but more importantly, and it's the most important thing for the accountability group, comment. Whether you're new and you're craving and you're experiencing post-acute withdrawal syndrome, or you have plenty of time underneath your belt, by sharing, it's a mutually beneficial experience. Because people with time under their belt realize, wow, I never want to go back to that. I remember those days, and they can potentially give you I statements that might resonate with you. And then the newcomer can kind of get off their chest like the burden and what they're experiencing and make it through the day by just, you know, unloading. Like part of that is that you don't have to carry that burden. You can share. So I would also highly suggest meetings if possible. There's also hashtag Recovery Posse on Twitter. We're hashtag tag Building Hope on Twitter, and tag Recovery on Instagram. But I'm not doing that for publicity or promotion. It's just, you know, there's really good communities out there and support. And that's what the accountability is all about. And at the end of the day, if we save one life, just one, that's a win. Because not everybody makes it. And that's the sad thing. So if we save one, that's a win. So as always, I wish you well. I'm Josh and I'm an addict. And please stay safe, stay strong, and stay sober.